Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to our channel. On today's edition of Hot on the Screen, I will be doing a review on Kagiso Lediga's Matwetwe. So before we get into it, I think it's important to note that this film was shot in just 9 days from beginning to end, and that's where my review will stem from. So let's get into it. Let's go. So let's start off by looking at the film in its entirety. Personally, I feel like the film looks like a student film. It's something you would see at third year level, you know, at an evaluation. Like, it's very much for the people, by the people. It has that sort of feel, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's very relatable. It's something the next person will easily be able to relate to, because it's not selling you a lifestyle that is unachievable, and it's not selling you a euphoria of sorts. The one thing I do love fully about this film is how authentic it is. The authenticity is real. I mean, from the character names to the dialect to the relationships to the lifestyle, it is true to Atteridgeville, and not just Atteridgeville, but Ekasi in South Africa. I mean, another thing that I love about the film as well, which I should mention, is the fact that we stayed in Pretoria. Yes, there was mention of Joburg, but not once did we see Joburg, which is very different, because all the films that come out of South Africa sell you this Joburg lifestyle, this rich lifestyle. Not once do you get to experience authentically what South Africa is, and that's one thing I will commend this film for. So from a cinematography point of view, I honestly feel like it was well shot. Loved the angles, loved the shots, they were clean. There was a reason behind every shot. You know, it was not just, let's pan for panning's sake because we need to have a pan shot. Let's have a wide for wide's sake, you know, like there was proper follow through and the shots were concise. And in conversation, I remember somebody mentioned to me that they did not like the excessive use of drone shots, which I never really thought about, but looking back now, I genuinely did not mind them. They served their purpose and they were there for a reason, in my opinion. I generally don't have a problem with drone shots. I love them. Maybe because I love them, hence I don't have an issue with them. But I felt like they worked. They established every scene well. And for what they were used for, they were impeccable. So now let's get into the color of the film, color grading. The overall color of the film was very grunge and very warm. Very standard, very clean. You know, it gives you a feel of the area that you're in and where you're in. However, I had issues with parts of the film that were in grunge. I just felt like it was a bit off. So that is another issue. And maybe I'm nitpicking. It could be me, but I just felt like in some points the color grading was just a tad bit off. Like, it did not make sense personally. But I mean, overall, if we look at the through line of the film and what they were trying to achieve and the story they were trying to tell, the color grading works. So those of you that know me know that I am big on acting. I am an actor by profession. I studied drama. So an issue for me was the acting, right? And let's put it this way. The characters for the story were quite shallow. There was nothing deep about them. There was nothing with substance. Like, they were pretty much standard, shallow, and so really there was not much meat to get into as an actor when you're looking at character work. However, I felt that the actors, some of them could have committed more to the characters. Besides, you know, like, those of you that know acting, it's the process and whatnot. But I honestly feel like actors could have committed more to the characters. There were moments in the movie where I felt like the actors were lying to me. Like, there was no proper embodiment of the character. They were literally just portraying a character, acting out, as opposed to embodying, because those are very two different things. But I think with all that said, overall, the movie is a solid movie. It's funny, the story is there, it's very nostalgic, it's relatable, like it makes sense, you know what I mean? The story, the movie in itself makes sense. I would definitely give it a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Pretty solid, like it's enjoyable. I definitely would recommend it for anybody to go watch. I would personally go and watch it again. It's worth spending all that money to go to the cinema, because we know watching a movie is not the cheapest thing.
Matwetwe.
Thank you for tuning in to Hot on the Screen. From myself, Hlogi Sepota. Stay tuned for more next week. I'm out. Stay snatched.